All right, guys, thank you for joining in the classes. Uh, Let me introduce myself and then I'll expect you guys also to introduce yourself in terms of your number of years of experience, the domain which you have been walking into with along with your skills and your expectation out of this training as well. Okay, I'll start first. Um, so my name is Kumar and I have 13 years of experience into IT industry as a business consultant into the payments domain. Majorly into the cross-border SWIFT payments is what my skill possesses. And throughout my journey, I have worked or got an opportunity to work with the multiple organizations and the banks like Morgan Stanley Bank. I worked for Standard Chartered Bank. Currently working for one of the Middle East bank uh, in the Middle East side itself. And I also worked for one of the central bank in the Middle East as well. This is about me, and I would like to know about you guys. I'll start with the alphabetical order. So I'll start with Abhijit first. So I would like to know about your number of years of experience, the domain which you have been working into, and your expectation out of the training.
Hi, good morning. So my name is Abhijit, and I do have a total 15 years for experience. And currently, I'm working in a lending domain. And the expectation from this particular session that I should know the in and out about the payments. I mean, what is the cross-border payments, and what is the SWIFT? What are the ISO kind of the messages or empty messages that are getting exchanged during the payments and all. So that the very easily I can crack the interviews further. And I in fact, I mean, I whenever I work in a payment domain, so it will be a easier job for me. So that is the basic expectation that I have so far from the session.
Thank you, Abhijit, for your introduction. Um, yeah, so this particular training, anyway, I'll explain you all in a bit of time. But since you asked, mentioned your expectation, this particular training basically covers pretty much from the very basics to the advanced level that is required for any of the folk when they get a job into the market or to find opportunity into the market as well. This is interview oriented training as well, wherein we also help you to prepare the interviews that you potentially uh, get, and also a lot of things related to your CV preparation. Also, there are things, those things I'll discuss it to you later point in time. But with your expectation, this particular training will pretty much cover from basics to the advanced level required for you to find opportunity and to sustain into the job once you get into the get through it, right? So that you can rest assured. Yeah. Thanks, Abhijit, for your introduction.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful.
Hi, Amrit. Amrit, what can you hear me? If you're speaking, you are mute, Amrit. Okay, I will come back to Amrit in a while then. Hi, Chetan.
Yeah, hi, good morning. Am I
Good
audible?
morning, Chetan. Yes, you are audible, Chetan.
Yeah, so my name is Chetan and I have got around 15 years of experience into banking
Hmm.
industry.
Hmm.
So I worked around 10 years as a into business side, retail branch banking operation, processes, audit and all.
Hmm.
I've handled mid-sized branches. For last 5 years, I'm working as a business analyst. It's basically it's a business solution group wherein I'm working. So all kind of BRDs across banks are routing through us for I'm reviewing BRDs, finding out issues, and also this is the current work which I'm having.
All right, sure.
My expectation or the understanding which I want into this initial discussion is that into banking domain there are so many specializations in the market for a business. Like liabilities, which I'm working into right now. There are loans, there are trade finance, and there's payments. So, wanted to understand why somebody should choose payments. What are the upper edge? If I'm going to this particular course, what are the opportunities in the market, and how it differs from, or how it is better than other domain which is in the market. So that clarity I would need.
Yeah. Very valid questions, Chetan, in fact, and thank you for this question to bringing in, right? So why do we choose payments domain to move? We have lending domain, we have capital markets, many other domain within the banking side itself. So why payments domain? The simple and short answer is there are a lot of things that is happening around the payment world, not only the regional payment or local payments or country payments, but around the world, there's a lot of things happening within the payments industry. Something called as migration that has happened into the cross-border payment. The phase two went live as well. There are many changes that are yet to come. And similar ISO 2022 migration is going to happen around the different other payment systems in the future as well. That's currently going on into the regional payment system or the local payment system, high value payment system. So having a skill set of a payments and on top of that with ISO 2022 is going to help you out to sustain into this or have this jobs into this area for a pretty long time. Another 5 to 10 years is a very golden period, I would say, for payment industry. There was a time, some 3, 4 years back, there was a time where very limited job vacancies used to be there into this payments industry or payment side. There's very less changes used to happen. Only this SR changes and all those things used to happen. But if you see trend and just research over the period of this 3 to 4 years, there has been a massive number of job vacancies that has been opening. Even um, now, definitely we have a lot of job vacancies into this industry. Yeah, there's something called something we have it WhatsApp channel wherein we publish the job vacancies related to the payments domain. It's exactly related to what I train. So from there also you'll get to know like the amount of job vacancies we have into this industry. And payment itself is a very interesting area to learn. There are a lot of things when you get into it, you will find it interesting and exciting as well. So since I am from a payment folk, I can say like it's exciting. You'll not get bored. You will time and again get different kind of various project in your career that will keep you excited to stay in this particular domain as well. So these are some of the things which I believe that is the right time for anybody to move into the payments domain. Yeah. Hope I answered your question, Chetan.
Yeah, thank you so much for this elaborative answer. Last question:
Mhm.
how easy or is it to learn this new skill? Because although we are from banking industry, we have you know, come across any FTRTs or local payments which we have got in India on the front end side, not from the technical side. So how easy is it to learn Swift and these things? And is this course will cover all technical aspects of it or all the functional side only?
Chetan, your second part, so I lost it, but the first part which I heard is like how is it is going to learn this pivot even for the one who are not really into this area, right? So to answer
Yes.
this particular part of question, I would say like the training which I have designed for this particular course, Swift and ISO 2022, is in such a way that even with no knowledge into the payments domain, you can come here and learn it. So this is how I built it. So I'm not directly pitching into the advanced level. I'll ensure that your base into the payment side is made strong, and then gradually I'll take it from there to move into the advanced level. So you'll not find it, altogether above your head, the things which I'll be explaining. A lot of things you can correlate, a lot of things would be new for you. That's what my job is to ensure that you learn payments domain from the basics to the advanced level. So nothing to worry about. In our past experiences, we have trained students coming in from different domain also, healthcare, insurance domain. They were not nowhere related to banking as well. So rest assured, you'll understand the concept and things that related to certain asset under too. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So it will cover technical side only or the functional one?
No,
How
not
is it?
technical. This is not a technical training, as in
Okay.
you will not be going to learn about the design. You're not going to learn about the architecture. You're not going to learn about the codings. You are not going to learn about the technical aspect. altogether. What you're going to learn about is the business functionality as a functional business analyst or a quality analyst or a product owner, right? How, what all things you should be knowing it. What are the business use cases related to the Swift and ISO 2022, right? So those things is what you're going to learn about. Technical aspect, you are not going to learn in this particular way. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you, Chetan. Jeevan?
Yeah, hi. Is my voice audible, Swift Guru?
Yes, yes, Jeevan. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
okay,
can hear
thank
you.
you. Yeah, I'm Jivan. I'm basically born and brought up in Bangalore, and
Mhm,
presently I'm having 4 years of work experience in payments domain itself.
mhm,
Uh, so I need to learn more in this field, like 103 payments.
mhm, mhm,
Even my domain also, I mean, working in payments domain only with 103 payments only.
mhm.
So I need to. So I'm more like what do you say? I'm more curious to learn about end-to-end process, what all happening within these banks and within to the customer.
Sure, sure,
Uh,
Jeevan.
so thanks for giving me an opportunity.
Sure, Jeevan, no problem. Thank you. As I was just mentioning to others, right? So this particular training will pretty much cover both the aspects, Swift MTs and ISO 20022 MX messages. And while I explain the different concepts, I'll ensure that you learn end to end. And by the end of this training, you'll find that even though if you have not walked into these areas, you'll feel like you have kind of some sort of experience that you have gained during this training itself, right? That will be helpful for your career as well. And during this training, I'll also help you guide, prepare in terms of your CVs, and then the interview preparation is also a part of it. So that will help you in terms of your job change related activities.
Okay, Swift Guru. Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you. Yeah.
Thanks, Sivan. Hi, Kishore.
Hi, Kumar. This is Kishore Chavan. I'm from Maharashtra and I'm into banking, retail banking domain from last 14 years. Actually, I'm looking for the a role for the business analyst, and that's the reason I'm here for the knowledge of payment domain. Many of the questions has been asked by the Chetan. And,
Mhm.
just you said you'll be preparing, means you'll be helping with the resume preparation for this payment domain, right?
Yes, yes. So
Okay,
in terms
okay.
of your CV preparation, how I'm going to help you is I'll just see how many number of years of experience you have. During the training, I'll help you understand a couple of projects that you indeed can add it into the CVs. Now, to get the calls from the recruiters, you need to add couple of projects to show or demonstrate as if you have walked into this payment side, right? Just with the knowledge, they will not
Okay.
take you unless you have not mentioned any sort of a project. So I'll help you guide couple of projects that you can add it, and how to answer the questions related to that project is also something which I'll guide you during
Okay.
this training as well, right?
Okay.
So I'll
Okay.
help you
And
visualize things that will
okay.
help you to answer questions related to the interview. Yeah, those things will be a part of your training.
Okay. Means getting into this role and sustaining into this role. This session will help me out with the both the opportunities, right?
Yes, yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Kishore. Uh, uh, how many years of experience, Kishore? Same 15 years?
14 years.
14 years. Same industry, lending,
Retail bank.
retail bank. Thanks, Kishore. Yeah. Rajsekhar?
Yeah, hi Kumar. Good morning, everyone. So, myself, Rajshekar, had 10 years of experience in working in banks actually. Kumar, to be precise, I was also an employee in Stancy
All
uh,
right.
4 years back. I worked there in 4 years. So now
Mm-hmm.
currently I works with Wipro. Uh, why I was looking this Swift and IS4 is I had very well versed with domestic payments like NEFT, RTGS, IMPS, UPI, and all. And I never come across or any opportunity to work in Swift, GPA, and all. So I thought I have seen the curriculum and I feel it really gives me some good insights of Swift and ISO.
Mm-hmm.
And the second part is, do we get these video trainings?
Sorry, what is that video training? Come
I
again?
mean, whatever the trainings going on, right? That will be captured and shared with us.
Yeah, that also captured and set up too. Yes, correct. It will
Okay.
be set out to you guys.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect. So you have been walking into NEFT and RTGS kind of a payment system so far, is it?
Yes. And now currently working in digital banking, corporate internet banking.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Nice. Good. So since you have some sort of a payments background, so you can correlate a lot of things with that we are going to cover as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
So it will pretty much cover both Swift as well as the ISO 2022 or CPI plus that is migrated, right?
Yes,
All those
because
things we have
now the
pretty much.
market is
Mhm.
everything migrating from MT to ISO, right?
That's correct. Yes, correct. ISO 2022 is something which is
I think there were some
very
tools
much
and
required.
that will be covered, right? This migration conversion tools.
Yeah, we have one conversion tool that I'll explain it to you. I'm just going to cover those like what all things you'll get out of this particular training as well, right? So this is something as well you'll be getting. I'll just come to that, Rajik. Yeah,
Sure, sure. Thank you.
thank you, Rajik. Srikant?
Hi, I'm Shrikant. I'm in
Mhm.
banking for last 15 years and retail banking, and now aspire to transition to consultant side of things. And payments is the thing as of now, and would like to explore the same.
Sure, Srikant.
I'm
Thank you.
I
Mhm.
want to what is payment domain and what is all things. Uh,
Mhm. Sure.
oh,
Sure, sure, Srikant. Thank you for your introduction. Yeah, as I was just mentioning to other folks also, like this particular training is going to cover everything related to your cross-border payment and ensuring while we learn about the cross-border payment, we also ensure that your basics also is ensured to be,
yes,
uh, understood. So that's how
yes,
the
yes.
plan is. The first couple of weeks we are going to understand on the basics. Slowly and gradually, I'll take the pace towards the advanced level that is required for you. Yeah, I'll explain you the structure
Okay,
of this
sir.
particular training and the syllabus. Uh, did I leave? Did I miss anyone? Amrit, can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm there. I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, and thanks for the training invites. Myself, Amrut. I am working with TCS here in last from last 2 years. Prior to this, I was a part of retail branch banking for almost 15 odd years, and I do have exposure of insurance domain. So that
All right.
took me to be a part of TCS. And
Mm-hmm.
now, being a TCS employee, I'm aware that the payment domain has a lot of potential to grow within. And that is
Mm-hmm.
why I choose this course and would like to explore myself, my knowledge, and I hope I'll get whatever I'm looking for, because the PDF which you have shared, the course contents you have shared, I
Mm-hmm.
shared that with my ISU head, who is leading
Mm-hmm.
the project of Bank of America, and he
Mm-hmm.
has also validated that whatever is required as of now, it is already been covered in the PDF which you have mentioned. So I'm very much
True.
keen to complete the course now.
Thank you, Amrit, for your introduction. And
Thank you.
yeah, thank you for getting it validated with your ISU lead. This is one sort of a training, we also give it to the corporate side as well. Many of the corporates organizations we have given. It is one of the approved syllabuses as well. So that's why maybe your isolate knows about this, the importance of the concepts which you have mentioned into this, both Swift and ISO 2022 as well. Yeah, as I said, like this particular training is going to be definitely a worthful for you. By the end of this training, you'll be satisfied is what my job is to ensure that you learn the payments domain from basics to the advanced level and should be relatable with what you're going to walk into your projects, right? So rest assured, this is going to be a worthwhile for you. Yeah. Go ahead, Kishore.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just to ask, what will be the duration for this training and what
Yeah.
is in a week, where how much, how many days it will be there, what actually?
So I'll tell you, see, I'm going to cover it from very basics, and I believe in ensuring that you learn from thoroughly, right? So for this, I need at least 7 weekends. That means 28 hours of the total training time, and the duration
You
is
will be
what is going
covering
to be.
on Sundays only?
No, no, both the Saturdays and Sundays. Every Saturday and Sunday from now onward, it's going to be 10 a.m. to 12, 2 hours per day. Yeah. So 28 hours in total, 7 weekends.
Okay, okay.
So Kumar, in case if we missed any session, so you may provide your recordings to us, is it?
Yeah, that's correct. So there's a way,
Okay.
we grant you the access to the individual person, and
Mm-hmm.
it will be limited to that particular person as well. So those things, I'll explain you how that things works, right? So even if you miss
Yeah.
those session, you can go through the videos, and if you still have questions, no worries. We will uh, ensure that you understand whatever you missed in the very next session as well. You can ask out of queries, or you can stay back so that I can explain you some of the concepts which you missed out. Yeah.
Okay. One more thing. Do you
Mhm.
provide any the material in a form of PDF and all for the studies and all?
I'll just explain it to you what all things you'll get it as part of this training.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. Any questions before I explain you what all things you'll get it as part of this training?
Yes, I do have. Sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
Jeevan.
Mhm.
I might join. I would have joined late. Can you introduce yourself and how many years you have been into this payment system? I think you have explained it, but I was not there.
No problem. That's fine. So I have 13 plus years of experience into IT industry as a business consultant. And all this time I have been working into the payment side itself, majorly into the cross-border payments, SWIFT payments. So I'm pretty well versed about this cross-border SWIFT payments, what happens in and out related to it. Right. I was also involved in this migration related project, leading this particular project for one of the bank. So I'll explain you like how from a bank point of view, this migration happened, and that will indeed help you in terms of your interview as well, if you're going to portray or demonstrate as if you have worked into business side. So yeah, this is about me. So I worked for multiple banks, as I
Okay.
just mentioned, including Morgan Stanley Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, worked for Middle East Bank, and worked for one of the Middle East Central Bank as well. So that is about me.
Okay. So you belong to India or somewhere else?
Yeah, I'm in India itself, right now into Middle East.
Okay. Okay. Because in WhatsApp group there was some international number. That's why I was asking.
Oh, okay. That's Tarun. Maybe he did not join it.
Okay. 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 Fine. Thank you.
All right, fine. Okay, let me tell you what all things you'll get it as part of this training, right? Somebody just asked me what all things you'll get it, any kind of artifacts or not. A lot of artifacts you're going to get it as part of this particular training. That is going to not only help you to learn things, but also while you're working into projects, you can refer this particular documents as well. Important documents. Those who are into payments industry, they can understand the importance of these documents, which I'm going to tell you about it. There's something called a CPI Plus uses guideline documentation. The recent migration that has happened into this ISO 2022 is into CPI Plus. Now, what is CPI plus? All those things we'll discuss once we reach out to respective topics and all. So it includes all the packs, pain, and cash management related messages. Now, what is packs message, pain messages, cash management? That also you just leave it for a time being. I'll come back to those once we reach out to the syllabus. So these are the documents, message standard guideline documentation, which is created by the Swift side, this CVPR basically, and yeah,
Sorry,
go
hope
ahead.
you are not presenting anything. I mean, we are not able to see anything.
Oh, sorry. I thought like I was presenting. Yeah. So what I was saying is, as part of this particular training, you're going to get a lot of artifacts from our site. That is not only going to help you to learn, but also while you are into the jobs, you can time and again refer it, right? So first thing is CPI Plus uses guideline documents. You can see my screen right now. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Visible.
Yes, yes.
All right. So there's a PAX, pain, and cash management related messages, right? So in these documents, what all things is available? Let me open it. This is basically a document which is created by the CPI Plus, which is under the Swift entity itself. Like how this messages, message validation related guidelines, and all those things would be created into it. All those validations related to it is available in this particular documentation. How to learn about this documentation and all, right? Those things will cover it as part of this training. This is CPI plus this is guideline. This is a bread and butter for those who are working into this ISO 20022 CPI plus site, Swift site as of now. Likewise, there is something called as Swift empty message standard handbook guidelines. From these empty messages is what they have migrated into ISO 2022. You also need to understand the Swift empties, even though this is not going to be used now, it is obsolete right now. Why do you need to understand this obsolete message standard, even though it is not being used now, as we migrated recently? The reason behind is if you are planning to give interviews, right? The interviewer is going to understand whether you actually belong from payments domain or not. To understand that, they will ask you the Swift empty related questions, right? So Swift empty related questions, they will ask you to just to check that whether you actually walked into this payments domain or not. So we need to ensure that you learn the Swift empties and then ISO 2022, right? So I'll ensure that you learn the Swift empties as well. So Mrs. Empty standard handbook guidelines is available. This was a bread and butter for all those who were working into Swift and ISO 2022 prior to 2025 November. And there's something which I have developed myself. This is a converter tool. If you were into this payment side, you can understand, you may understand this importance of this particular tool. What exactly this tool does is that it translates your empty messages into your ISO 2022 MX messages. So it's a beginner tool. I would not say it's an advanced level tool. And over the websites, you'll find so many websites with that translates an empty message into MX message that is chargeable. They will give you some 10 to 20 conversion for free and then post that they'll charge you in dollars. So this particular tool is something which I have prepared, a beginner level tool that I have prepared for my students so they can explore around and learn about this MT to MX data mapping as well. The MT to MX data mapping is important in terms of your uh, ISO 2022 or Swift related understanding. So what you need to do here is in the cells, which you can see with the different tags, sender, receiver, tag 20, 32A, 21. So these are different fields or tags of your Swift empty messages. You need to populate the data over here. And once you have populated, all you need to do is you go to the developer option, click on export, and it will be translated into this respective ISO20022 MX message. Just click on export button here, and it will ask you the path where you want to save it. And once you save it, it will get converted into the respective MX message. This is your MX message. The empty message was this. So if the empty message was this, which was created basis on the data which was populated in the different cells. Depending upon the data, you can change it here. Just go and change any kind of a data, and basis on that empty message gets changed. And likewise, MX message also will get changed. So with this tool, what you can get to know is the field mapping. 20 data is mapped, field 20 is mapped with which ISO20022 data element, right? So that you can get to see this particular MT to MX data mappings. Pretty handy tool, especially for the beginner and the intermediate level. So this tool, again, I have created for not only for MT103 to PAX is rate, but also for different other messages. The important one, rather, I would say. So MT103 to PAX is rate, MT202 to PAX is 9, MT202 cover to PAX is 9 cover, and MT101 to page is cover. So this we charge to the corporates when we provide these artifacts, but to my students, I give it for free so that they can explore and they can make use while they are working into this area as well. These are the important tools which you can make use of it during the mapping documentation creation in case you have to. Then the interview questions are there. There are 50 important interview questions which we have consolidated based on our years of experience into this training. By the way, guys, I just forgot to tell, this is my 6th year of training into the payment guru. Prior to this, I was associated with some other organization wherein I was giving training into Swift and ISO 2022. But I am associated to Swift Payment Guru for last 6 years. And over the years, right, we have seen that all our students and our own experiences of interviewing different candidates, these 50 important questions, if you are prepared, I would say that almost 80 to 90% of the questions related to this cross-border payments, Swift payments domain is covered. Just give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Just give me a minute. Sorry, guys. I'm back now. So I was saying like this, these are the questions which we have consolidated, and these are the frequently asked questions in cross-border Swift related job descriptions. If you have, then this questions pretty much covers it. I can say that's almost 80 to 90% of the questions are covered in this related to Swift and asset content, right? I always say to my students that domain training is what I can give it to you. Skill related, as in, if you are a business analyst and you're applying for a business analyst, those things, if you have already walked into the business analysis area, you know what you have been doing, right? Writing business requirement documentation, working on agile methodology, and how to handle this business analysis related roles and activities that you do. All these things is something which you know it already. And if you are not knowing it, and if you are planning to move from different background to business analysis related skills, parallelly, you also have to prepare on your business analysis related skills, right? That is one thing. And those who wants to move into quality analyst, that also you need to learn. So 20 to 30% of the questions into your training or the interview will be related to your skill, like business analyst or quality analyst, product owner, scrum master. And 70% of the questions, 70 to 80% of the questions will be related to your domain. So domain, rest assured, my training will pretty much cover it. But the skill, you need to parallelly work upon it, right? So the skill, business analyst related skills is what I'm not going to teach you as part of this training. This is completely into your cross-border payments training. Payments domain training is what I'm going to cover. But there is some video which I'll recommend you, just in case those who are not into the business analysis, that you can refer it. That will help you indeed to learn about the business analyst related activities they do it as well. So that will help you to understand and prepare as well. So this is related to your interview questions. This we will do it towards the end of the training, right? Some 2 to 3 hours time will take it. And how this interview questions should be answered is something that also I'll cover it. Depending upon face-to-face interview or you are giving via Microsoft or a virtual interview you are giving, right? Via online. So basis on that, I'll explain you what exactly the interviewer are expecting out of this question and how should you answer these questions. How do you give the real-time use cases while you're explaining to the interviewer? How can you help your interviewer imagine or visualize whatever you are going to explain? All those things I'm going to cover it. These are some of those, uh, things which you need to remember while you are answering the questions to your interviewer as well. So those things we'll cover. There are some sample CVs also, which I'll be sharing it to you, which has a couple of projects added into it. The project which is added into those, or which I'm going to explain you, is something which I'm going to cover into our training also, like Swift GPA payment tracking or direct payment implementation. These are some sort of a couple of projects, which is not so tough to understand and easy to explain as well to the interviewer, right? So all those things we'll discuss during our training. BA and the testing related, QA and BA related CV which we have it, a sample CV which has enough keywords that will indeed help recruiters to find your or shortlist your CVs as well. So recruiters, what they do is basically they use the keywords to search whether necessary skill set CVs are available into this portals or not, like LinkedIn, or sorry, not LinkedIn, Naukri and all. So that skill also I'll explain it to you how to update your CVs. There are sample ISO 2022 messages related to PAX, pain, and cash management. That is also something we get it. So yeah, the slide is something which you will get the it for my training. Some very old version of the slides is available. There are also a lot of contents is there that you can refer it. We generally do not give slides, but some old version is there, so we are okay to share with that. Then we have some of the documents related to the Swift. There are plenty of documentation Swift also releases. Every year there are some sort of Swift release documentation, SR release we call. So it comes up with a lot of changes into this messaging. So those documents is there that you can refer as well. Some of the good practices that banks follow into this Swift payment, those documentation also there. Those articles, those documents are there that you can refer as well that the banks are following. And this is pretty much syllabus. You already have it. You have gone through. These are the all things which you are getting it along with this video recordings of the everyday classes. as well. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'll just explain you the syllabus, which you would be interesting to know about what all things I'm going to cover it.
Yeah, one question
Kumar?
I have.
Go ahead.
Chetan, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Kumar, I was just asking Chetan this side. Often in interview or they come across cards and payments. I mean, are these two domain interlinked? I mean, are we covering cards also into this?
No, this particular training is totally for your cross-border payments, SWIFT payment, ISO 2022.
Okay, okay.
We do have other trainings as well within the payment guru itself. You can inquire about the card payments. We have a separate trainer available, cards and ISO 8583. Detailed syllabus, I can share it to you. You can just WhatsApp to us at the same number. So we have various other trainings also available, and we have SMEs with respect to the respective training courses. We have trade finance, we have card payments and ISO 8583 training. We have then treasury management as well. We have SEPA payment system training. We have this real-time payment system training, right? And what else? Yeah, we have this payment hub. So different sort of trainings available within the payment guru. This is one of them. Swift and ISO 2022 is one of them out of 7-8 training which we offer.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're interested to learn about the other trainings, also, feel free. We'll share you the details related to it. Every month we have a training into the respective courses, which I just explained it to you. Yeah. All right. Any other questions?
Just now you were showing some documents. So I wanted to know, for my knowledge, for my consumption only. So, do prepared all these documents, or this document that referred from the available publicly on the public domain
No, this standard
websites?
Mrs. Standard Handbook is something which I cannot prepare. This is something which is actual document which has been provided by Swift. This is the document which every bank around the world follows. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the Swift release documents. CPI Plus users guideline document, for an example, is the document which is used, in order to develop their system, how the messages should be look like, what are the validations of the messages should be there, the fields, the data elements, all those things. The one which I have prepared is the interview questions. The one which I have prepared is the converter tool. The one which I have prepared is a sample CV, slides, syllabus. Yeah. CPI Plus users guideline documents, Swift empty message standard handbook, Swift release documents, Swift PMPG is the Swift documents. Right. So these are the documents which is released by the Swift. Now, access to this kind of a documentation over the internet is not readily available. By just search, you will not get it. Some of the documents you need specific credentials to the Swift website, and then only you'll be able to get it. And some of the documentation you can get it easily from the website also. That also I'll explain to you how can you download some of the documentation from the Swift website, right? If you're walking into some bank with the bank credential, you can get to download a lot of documentation. And with your normal Gmail credentials, some of the documentation as well, you can download it. So those things I'll explain it to you, which website, how to go and where to download. All those things I'll explain it to you. So reference links are also available that you can refer. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Yeah, one question I have. All the slides and all will be shared, or like do we
Yeah.
have only recording for that?
So you need to basically go ahead and refer the recordings only. But I have some old slides, very old slides, which is available that you can refer. But I would recommend go through the recordings only, the videos only. Slides we generally don't share it. Master slide we don't share it.
Yeah. So you're telling that you will send us a link. So in that link, we need to go through it.
Video recordings you can always refer it. Yeah.
Okay. So apart from that, like any other link can we get? Like what do you teach?
What kind of link? As in?
Like all these documents which you have shown to us till
Yeah,
now.
these are all you're going to get it. The one
We'll
which I
get.
explained it to you.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure.
You will get it as part of this training package.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
So once we complete this, will there be any certification, and what will be the weightage of that certificate? Will that be issued by some competent authority, or it will be issued by you only?
So it is issued by us only. It is the course completion certificate that you will get it.
Okay. And is there any further examination wherein I can get it from the competent authority, just like a Scrum
Yeah, yeah.
course, if we take?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
explain it to you. There is a uh, right platform for which you can get the certification if you wish to do it. And the training which I'm giving it to you
Hmm.
pretty much covers those certification related preparation as well. So there is a Swift certification itself. From the Swift itself, you can get certified. If you are walking into some banking site, uh, that certification you can apply for it as well internally via your bank's learning department. So those things also will help you understand how can you reach out to the respective uh, platform by which you can get to inquire about the certifications as well. There is a Swift certification, and there is one more platform by which you can get certified into Swift and ISO 2022. Uh, that's not so much popular, but yeah, still people do go and get certified from there. I would always recommend you guys, students, basically to get certified from Swift itself. That has more weightage compared to than of any other institutes.
Okay.
So all these local institutes which I'm telling, right, including ours, is good for understanding and learning. But weightage in terms of your CVs, only those who are aware of those institutes will be knowing it, right? Unless you are not certified from the Swift. If you are certified from the Swift, that has comparatively definitely an added advantage. But more than getting certified or getting certificate or adding it into your CVs, what I would recommend is learn the concepts, prepare your interviews, and get into the job. This is good to have. Certification is always good to have, but not mandatory, I would say. Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, one question I have got.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of jobs are we will be doing after, if somebody gets into this domain? I mean, kind of you said Swift will come with various, regulatory kind of documents every year or now and then. So will it be all regulatory kind of implementation bank have to do, or what exactly in the industry is happening around these payments wherein we will be, helping them?
So your payment hub as business analyst for a payment hub. Payment hub is a payment engine basically, wherein different kind of a projects come in, which can be regulatory, which can be enhancement, which can be a digital transformation, which can be a operation ask, right? Internal stakeholder ask. So different various kind of a project in a banking industry within this bank, you can get it, right? The requirement can come from regulatories, as I said, can come from internal stakeholders like operations. They will say like, I want some automation in this particular area where the payments for so and so, instead of parking into manual intervention queues, should be automatically processed. And for that, you need to provide the solutions. You might have to walk into that. So that is one area. And if there is some digital migration happening, whether to any of the banking internal application, then also a payment business analyst has to walk into this areas. So various projects comes for business analyst or the quality analyst. Uh, there are a lot of vacancies into the business analysis area. To be very honest, compared to that of any other skill set, business analyst and the product owner side, right? When you provide the consulting services, this area has more jobs into the market. Definitely, quality analyst and other areas also has it, but business analyst and product owner is something which we see uh, in more number. We do have job vacancies for the project manager, you know, uh, test lead, program lead, and all those things as well. For those also, this understanding of the Swift and ISO20022 is required if you're going to lead that or manage that particular project as well. So this kind of a jobs you can get it.
Okay, okay. So, I mean, Indian banks are also, I mean, have to comply for this particular, this thing because they are into trade. I mean, or mostly
Yeah,
multinational.
all the banks who are basically a member of a Swift, which are nowadays almost all the banks, especially in the big India, big shot banks, all big shot banks are participating bank into Swift. So they are also following the same. So this particular training is not specific to one bank or for one country itself. This particular training which I'm going to give you is universal. All the banks who are participant over the SWIFT, almost 12,000 to 13,000 banks are participating banks into the SWIFT. So this training is applicable for the cross-border SWIFT and applicable for all the banks which I was just explaining. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions?
So can we say Swift is a regulator in this case? I mean, though I mean, all banks has to follow the Swift's, the rules and regulations. If so.
Swift regulatory, I would not say. Swift is just a network by which the messages can be exchanged, but it is a major one currently, which is being used for your cross-border payment, right? So as part of the Swift, for the cross-border payment point of view, this is the only choice right now India has as well, and for many of the countries, unless you are participating bank in any other networks.
Okay, yeah.
This is not a central bank regulated kind of a projects or something.
No, I mean, this is the common platform or guideline that all global banks has to follow while
Yes,
following
yes,
cross-border
yes.
payments.
This is one network, just the way you have Visa, MasterCard, right? Swift is one of the network for your cross-border payments.
Oh,
Yeah, all right. All right then. So I was about to explain you about the syllabus part. So I hope you would have gone through this syllabus. How this particular training is designed is, as I said, like first couple of weeks, I'll take some time to make sure that I make your foundation strong, the base strong basically into the payment side. So you might feel, those who are into the payments area, you might feel like this is very basics which I am teaching. But again, as I said, like just bear with me for a couple of sessions because I need to ensure that everybody is in the same page, at same line, so that they can proceed to understand the advanced level as well. So I'll start with some basics on the payment side, and starting from the introduction into payments, key elements of payment and settlement system, clearing and settlement mechanisms. That includes your net and real-time cross settlement as well, bilateral clearing and multilateral clearing. What are clearing houses? What happens with the clearing houses into this local payment system basically. This I will be covering in very basics because our main focus would be into cross-border payment side. But still, the cross-border payment towards the final leg, it can settle via the local payment. So for that sake, I'll covering those part as well. Then we'll cover these different types of account terminologies that is very essential in terms of the accounting entries: nostro account, vostro account, nostro mirror account, loader account, master settlement account. And the way I train these particular topics and concept is not only via this slide. It's not that I'm going to show you some slide only to explain things. I believe in traditional way of training wherein I use this digital whiteboard now. Earlier it was a physical whiteboard. Now I use this digital whiteboard where I explain to students on the different various use cases by creating the flows so that they can visualize. For me, I want my students to understand and visualize what things I'm going to explain. It's not like a theoretical thing, I'm just explaining it to you. So I'll be explaining it to you by creating the flows and explain you the messages as well, the way this is some of the batches I've taken, and this is how the messages I'll be creating it and to explain you how the message will be enriched and all those things as well. Coming back to the syllabus part, yeah, the accounting terminologies will be covering it, and then we have cross-border payment. From till here, it will be all the basics which you will get to learn. From here, so topic number 5 onwards is where you'll learn about the. Just give me a minute, guys. I'm getting one quick call. Sorry. Yeah, so from point number 5, we'll start our actual topic related to the SWIFT. We'll understand how the world used to communicate before SWIFT came into picture, how the banks used to send messages, communication for trail cross-border payments before the SWIFT came, and how SWIFT changed the entire way of sending out the communication messages around the globe. We'll understand about their introduction, how did it start, some background related to SWIFT also. We'll learn about this RMA and accounting relationship, a very important part of your cross-border payment, that is relationship management application, and the nostro accounting relationship. How does it play important role to derive which payment method to be routed over the SWIFT, whether the direct payment, serial payment, or the cover payment. So this we'll understand again with an examples and in a way that you can visualize what exactly bank actually how they may configure this RMA relationship as well. You'll also learn about the routing logic for the currency correspondent. So this particular trainings or the topics which I have mentioned, right? This is basis on out of my experience. So the things which I'll be explaining it to you during the training is something only the experienced person will be knowing it basically. It's not like openly available into any of the websites or in the videos. This comes out of experience when you walk into these areas. So there are things which you will be getting to know uh, only when you have walked into it. So for example, routing logic for currency correspondent. How is it basically derived, right? There is a product team, product vostro team who basically involves in maintaining the bilateral relationship around the globe for the nostro partners. And when they, what do you call it? When they have this bilateral agreement signed, then basis on that agreement, they will create a routing logic setup, right? So all those things I'll be discussing it to you. And interesting facts also related to these areas, into the nostro and vostros as well. And we'll learn about the payment gateway that indeed connects the SWIFT network to that of your banks. SWIFT cross-border payment flows, network validations, accounting entries, SWIFT message structure, SWIFT services, architecture, business identifier code, uh, and many other things. Many of the things you might not be able to understand right now the importance of it, but as in when we progress and when you get into this area, you'll understand these are some of the important key topics. So I'm not going to take much of the time explaining this particular syllabus altogether. I'm just going to make you understand that the first part is where you learn about the basics on the payment side, plus you learn about the Swift empties, which is now no more going to be used. But why we are learning it? To ensure that when you are giving an interview, that interview needs to have some impression that you have been already working into this payment side and you have a sound knowledge into the existing messaging system. So for that sake, you need to learn about the Swift empties as well. So all the important messages related to your Swift empties, including your MT1 categories, 2 categories, and 9 categories are covered with it. And not only the messages and the fields and validations, but also the use cases, the flows, when to use these messages. All those things are also covered. That includes your Swift GPI also, which is important topic. And this I'll explain to you how you can add it into your project as well. These are different various use cases that I'll be covering it as part of your training as well in your first part. So this is all your first part. 3.5 weekend is what it takes for me to cover this particular part. Payments basics plus Swift empties. That is your, these are the entry criteria for us to start with ISO 2022, right? How this empty messages now got migrated into your ISO 2022 CPI plus messages, right? That is what you'll be learning into the second part. But before that, we'll learn a lot of basics and background related to your ISO 2022. Why was the need of the migration? What exactly it brings into your plate? What are the different advantages of using ISO 2022 over your legacy empty messages, right? What are the different business domains in which they provide this messaging services? All those things we'll discuss. And why was Swift late in terms of migrating into ISO 2022 while this ISO 2022 was launched way back in 2004? All those things, questions would be answered in that particular training. We'll learn about the Swift approach towards this ISO 2022 migration. Swift has its own approach to migrate this ISO 2022. And what were the approach which they have brought into play, and then what are the different services they have been providing to the banks from 2022 to 2025. There was a coexistence period. How did the bank used to cope up with both MTs and MX till that particular period? So these all things, you need to know it. This has already been done, but you need to know it. The reason behind it is, again, if you want to portray yourself as a payment folk, you need to understand what has happened so far. And then only you'll be able to answer those questions. Then Swift Transaction Manager, this is something which is used over this ISO 2022. It has a very important role. Those things we'll discuss in detail about. It's a cloud-based technology. And there are different ways by which they could integrate to the Swift Transaction Manager. Those channels we'll discuss in detail. That includes Fin Plus API and Fin channel. ISO 2022 messaging. Here, this is the major part which will come towards this point number 5, which includes your messaging, including your fax messages, pin messages, cash management messages. Different sort of messages available. I'm not explaining it to you right away. Once we reach to the respective sessions, we'll understand about it. So these are all the important messages and the use cases that you can see. And somebody was just saying like it is definitely an exhaustive one, lengthy training, lengthy syllabus as well, because there are a lot of things to understand into the Swift. And I have I have tried my level best to cover all the topics pertaining to the Swift and not missed out on those areas. So selected MT1 categories, 2 categories, and 9 categories messages and the business use cases are covered here, which you will be dealing with day in, day out, right? Yeah. Let me know if you have any questions related to syllabus. I know many of you are not related to this payments domain, so you might not be knowing it, and that's why I was not wasting much of the time into the syllabus. Once you understand this particular um, training, then you'll understand about this part as well. Okay, any questions related to syllabus, or I'll get started with some of the basics today without wasting our time. Yeah, go ahead, Kishore.
Sure, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, just to for the understanding, this is all about only for Swift ISO, right? So payment
Yeah.
as an whole is some other means vast way topic, right?
Payment as a whole means in what? Like you want to learn about the local payment system?
Yeah, means it is a part of payments, right? ISO standards.
Yeah, ISO 2022 universal messaging system that is
Right.
used into different payments. It can be used for the Swift. ISO 2022 can be used for your RTGS. Like ISO 2022 can be used for your SEPA. The message format is same, right? The payment rails can be different. Messaging format is same going forward. That's what's the ISO 2022 whole objective is. It's a universal messaging system. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
All right. All right then, guys. If no questions, somebody was asking one more question, right? What was it? No questions? All right. Fine then, guys. I'll start with some of the topics today, right? I'll try to cover some of the basics. Let's start with it. All right. So, uh, since we are learning about the payments, let's first of all learn about the definition of payment itself, right? So, what exactly payment means? Payment has its definitions. Sometimes to the intermediate and the basic to the beginner level folks, they get asked about these questions itself, and at times they don't have the exact answer. So the answer for this question is the payment is nothing but a transfer of money or goods and services in exchange for a product or service. This is what the definition of payment means. Now, over the period of time, the way you use or the tools which you use to make a payment also evolved. Go back to the ancient time where there wasn't any means of making payment in terms of cards, online, and so on. People still used to make a payment, but how they used to make a payment was a different way, basically. In a barter system, if you see, somebody wanted to purchase books. For that, another person has to pay with some another item. Basically, they're exchanging some items in order to make a payment to purchase the books. So this is also a payment. Over the period of time, as technology kept on evolving, the tools by which we could make a payment also kept on changing, starting from the check payment, physical cash payment, online payment. Again, within the online payment, you have mobile banking payment, you have net banking system, you have now bonds, you have now securities way of make a payment. We have now card payments, demand draft, various way by which you can make a payment. Basically, these are all the tools by which you can make the payments, right? Uh, the salary which gets credited to your account basically is also payment for the services which you have been providing, which you are providing every month to your organization. So in the exchange of the services which you are providing to your organization, they are paying you that gets deposited or credited into your account, right? So the tools which they use to make a transfer is online banking, maybe corporate banking system, where which they uploaded the bulk file wherein all your respective uh, all the employees of your respective company get paid with that salary upload. What is financial institution or bank? Who are they basically? Financial institution or bank are nothing but an organization, a company. They are basically a company that can be a private based or a government based, right? There are different sort of facilities these companies provide, which is basically a bank or a financial institution. That can be in terms of loans, deposits, investments, currency exchange, and so on. In terms of the payments, they can provide you different tools depending upon the type of a customer, be it the net banking, phone banking, corporate banking, um, or commercial banking. And you have this debit card, credit card, demand draft, checks, and so many other plenty of ways by which you can make the payment. Example for this financial institution or bank are all the banks where you are currently having the salary account or the savings account. Those are the example of it. MNC banks, if you see the Citibank is there, Standard Chartered Bank is there, and many other banks are there, which is whose presence is there in a multiple countries around the globe. What is the role of a financial institution or bank in terms of a payments? The role of a financial institution or a bank in payment is nothing but it acts as a medium via which you can send money or you can receive money. You definitely need an account within the bank by which you can receive the fund. And to make a payment again, you need some tool that banks provided to make a fund transfer. All the banks, financial institutions falls under the respective local country's central bank rules and regulations. Example, in India, all the banks, be it private or the government based, all this all falls under the Reserve Bank of India's rules and regulations. In fact, license to open a bank within the country is totally dependent upon the central bank of the respective country. They have a checklist within which they have to follow, then only they will be able to open the banks in the respective country. They can provide a different sort of a payment transfer options in terms of your book transfer, ACH payments, RTGS payments, and if they are participating bank into SWIFT, then they can provide a cross-border payment as well. Okay, so I was just discussing about this book transfer, right? Nobody asked about this. What is book transfer? Uh, Let me explain it to you what exactly book transfer means, right? Who has knowledge about this book transfer? Can anybody, if they would like to give a try? All right, no problem. So what is book transfer basically? Any transfer that happens within the bank is called as a book transfer. It is within the book of the bank. For example, State Bank of India is there. Let's say State Bank of India, Bengaluru branch. One person wants to make a fund transfer. Let's say Ram is there, who wants to make a fund transfer to his friend who holds an account in State Bank of India, Delhi branch. Let's say his name is Sam. Now, this is basically just a different branch, but within the same bank. The transfer is happening within the same bank itself. So from one account to another account, the transfer is happening. So what they're going to do is within the same bank. So there's no two different accounting entries in the two different banks. It's just two different branches of the same bank. So as a whole, this is the same State Bank of India, right? So within this, what they're going to do is debit Ram with the respective amount, let's say rupees 1,000, and then credit Sam with rupees 1000. It's happening within the books. So there is no CSM involved into this, clearinghouses involved into it. It is just within the book of the bank, and that's why it is called as a book transfer. Transfer within the bank, you can call it as a book transfer. Okay, who are central banks, by the way? Central banks basically are termed as a bank of the banks in all the countries. They are politically independent and is mostly owned by the government of the country and is established by the or protected by the law, and that's why it is called it is, as I said, like it is politically independent because of the fact they are responsible to control over the production and distribution of money and credit for the nation. Also responsible for creating the monetary policy, rules and regulations for the banks. They have authority to give licenses, revoke licenses, and charge penalties for not adhering to the rules as well. Time and again, from the respective central banks, they do a surprise audit to the banks, and if they are found suspicious for some of the adherence they have not made, the rules which they have listed is not made, then they would be penalized. And worst case, they have this supreme authority to revoke the licenses for the respective bank within the country as well. Right? They have that authority to do that. Every country will have the central bank. Name might vary from one country to another, but objective remains the same. It also runs different local payment systems, like in India, RTGS. Within the Reserve Bank of India itself, uh, it will be the umbrella entities via which the different payment systems are run, be it RTGS, be it NEFT, IMPS. It is all within this Reserve Bank of India itself. Examples for this central banks is RBI, which we call it as Reserve Bank of India in India. In United States, they call it as Federal Reserve. In Saudi Arabia, they call it as SAMA. In UAE, they call it as Central Bank of United Arab Emirates. These are the different way of naming it. But the objective and the things what they do is similarly around the globe. It's not different. All right. Guys, if you have any questions, you can stop me and you can ask your questions as well. Let's learn about the different accounting terminologies today. Nostro and Vostro account, very important terminologies in terms of your accounting entries. In my upcoming sessions, you'll be hearing these words very frequently, and I want to ensure that you learn about this, you understand what exactly is Nostro and Vostro. Otherwise, the end-to-end flows would be difficult for you to understand, right? So, in order to understand this Nostro account, first let me take a scenario wherein State Bank of India is there in India, wherein it has a lot of customers, be it retail customer like individuals like us or the corporate customers like Reliance and so on. So just imagine that State Bank of India doesn't have a relationship or doesn't have a cross-border payment facility. But with the customers, over the period of time, they have understood the fact that they have come multiple times wherein they have asked whether they can facilitate a cross-border payment in USD. Maybe for somebody like kids studying abroad and they want to make a fund transfer for the fees, and companies like Reliance and all, they want to do import and export and they want to make a fund transfer in USD currency. So State Bank of India sees this as an opportunity, right? And thinks whether they should offer this cross-border payment facility and how they can make revenue. Definitely, when they provide this cross-border payment for per transaction level, they can charge it with the FX. They can make a profit and multiple ways to make a profit for each transaction by offering this cross-border payment. So for this to offer it, what State Bank of India needs to do is they need to open an account in a USD currency in the respective country. Now, State Bank of India, just the way like a normal individuals like us, what we do is we reach out and understand different banks, facilities, services which is provided before we open an account. We just don't like that go and open an account. We just understand terms and conditions, offers, facilities, clients, customer services. And basis that we decide, okay, let me open a salary account or saving account in this particular bank. Same way, the State Bank of India is itself a bank who would like to open an account in USD currency in United States, who can provide a better facility services, right? So while assessing different banks, they might have probably identified CTUS Bank. This is a hypothetical example I'm giving. CTUS Bank is what they have identified as a bank who is definitely providing a good services, taking lesser charges for processing the USD currency transactions, and and better terms and conditions are there. So with that, State Bank of India then decides to open an account in CTUS Bank in United States. State Bank of India is there in India, and they, as a bank, they want to open an account in another bank, right? In CTUS Bank, they have decided terms and condition, bilateral agreement, all those things would be signed. In that bilateral agreement, plenty of things would be available that we will discuss in our future sessions as well. What all things will be mentioned in that bilateral agreement, like charges, how much you want to take, which they will be taking it to process to transactions, what kind of messages they would like to exchange with themselves, MT103, package rate, and all those things. What are the optional fields they can make use of it? What are the different uh, what do you call this NSTP rules that has been defined, all those things that we'll discuss it later point. So there is a bilateral agreement basically between both the banks that will be signed and will be in place uh, before they open an account. So Sirius Bank will just create an account for the State Bank of India, post that, and they will give it that say they will say that this is the account number of yours which we have opened for you. Now that we have opened an account in Sirius Bank, meaning State Bank of India has opened an account in USD currency. The currency of this account is USD. They have opened the account. Now, what is that they're going to do with this particular account? This is the account basically they are going to use to make all the USD currency transfers within the United States or anywhere around the globe also. It is altogether based on the bilateral agreement which is provided by the CTUS Bank. CTUS Bank would have said that State Bank of India, since you have opened an account with us, you ensure that you maintain a sufficient fund in this particular account and send out all the requests for your USD currency transaction transfer. I will ensure that it will be done. It will be transferred, right? So CTUS Bank becomes a correspondent bank for State Bank of India in this case. Now, next question which you might ask or think of it is opening an account in USD currency at CTUS Bank is done. Fine. How about funding of this particular account? Definitely they need to fund an account also, right? Just by opening an account, they are not going to credit to Mr. Sam who is residing in Sirius Bank, right? So State Bank of India can fund this particular account via several means. There will be a treasury department team who would be involved in funding this particular account. There are plenty of ways to do it. One way to do it is buying it from the forex market. There's a session to explain like how does the funding of a nostro account happens, right? That I'll explain it to you later point in time. But at a high level, just giving you understanding that the State Bank of India this is a business identifier code, by the way, of a State Bank of India in Swift. A unique code to resemble this it is a State Bank of India. From the State Bank of India, there will be a treasury team within the bank who will then ensure that the funding of the account of theirs which is in the City US Bank, their nostro account is there. This particular account, we call it as nostro account. What? This is the account number, let's say. This treasury team, what they do is they forecast how many transactions or tentative transactions they can get to see during the day, and basis that they will fund the account. There are multiple ways to fund this particular account. One is forex market. In the forex market, there are many companies, organizations which is available who would indeed provide this forex market, wherein they buy some INR currency and they will sell this USD currency, or they can buy some other currencies and sell USD currencies, and these companies will ensure that the funding that happens in this particular account. Likewise, the State Bank of India can reach out to another third-party bank, let's say CBLGB or something, who can indeed help to make a fund transfer in USD currency. So these all things we'll discuss it in later point in time once we reach out to this MT202 category messages. So coming back to our session topic again, what I was saying is this particular account which they have opened by the State Bank of India is called out as a nostro account. The definition of the nostro account is nothing but when our bank, that is State Bank of India, is, if you see from a State Bank of India point of view, you will say that when our bank maintains account in foreign bank in foreign currency, the account currency is USD, which is a foreign currency. This account is called as a nostro account. Coming back one more time, when our bank or domestic bank maintains account in foreign bank in foreign currency, the account is called as a nostro account. All right. This is the definition of a nostro account. Let me know if you have any questions, guys.
No.
Clear? All right. Similarly, we have something called as a Vostro account. Vostro account is nothing but the from CDS Bank point of view, if you see this account number, which is opened by the State Bank of India, right, is called out as a Vostro account. So definition of Vostro account is basically, see from CDS Bank point of view now, when foreign bank, now for CDS Bank, definitely a State Bank of India is a foreign bank. The definition for Vostro account is when foreign bank maintains account in our bank in our currency or the local currency is called as a Vostro account. It's just that the perspective from the bank, the definition might vary. For State Bank of India, the same account is a nostro account, but for City US Bank, the same account which they opened is a vostro account, right? And the definition, as I said, it is the foreign bank maintaining account in our bank in our currency is called as a vostro account. They both are a Latin words basically, nostro and vostro. Nostro means our and vostro means yours. Go ahead, Kishore, Abhijit.
Yes. So, whenever the banks, I mean, I'm talking about the Indian banks specifically. So, for the example, SBI has an account with the Axis Bank for the clearing purpose. Then what we call that particular account? Is it a nostro account or vostro account?
Okay. So your scenario is let me create here. You're saying like Axis Bank.
State Bank of India has an account with the Axis Bank for the clearing purpose, or vice versa. The Axis Bank has an account in SBI. So what we call it as what? Are these terms are getting applied here also, nostro vostro?
No, this is not a nostro vostro, I would say. State Bank of India, if they are opening just a corporate account, that is not a nostro and vostro concept. Because they both are in same country, right? Why would they use this account for the, if it is only for the correspondent routing, then makes sense. But in this case, if they both
So
are in the same
maybe
country,
for yeah.
if they both are in the same country, they will not maintain a nostro account with the Axis Bank. It is not possible.
Then
State
for
Bank of
clearing purpose, they might they maintain such accounts. No? I mean, every bank has to open an account with another bank for clearing transaction purpose in India. So then what we call it as
No, for that you have this
this
RTGS, no? There's no need to open an
not
account
RTGS.
with another bank.
So
RTGS you
earlier,
have.
see now the CTS clearing is there. So earlier CTS clearing, what used to happen, every bank has to open an account in another bank for the clearing fund transfer. I mean, whatever clearing the check they have. So for that, the clearing purpose they wanted, but they has to open an, the account with other banks. So that the things I wanted to understand what we call it as. I think Nostro
No,
Vostro kind of
no,
don't
okay,
connect that.
I'll come back to that. No problem. So if within the country they have to make a payment, okay? If within the country they have to make a payment, State Bank of India and Axis Bank, they don't need to open an account at each other bank. State Bank of India don't need to open an account. No need. They can send the payment via RTGS payment system. RTGS payment system has a settlement account. Again, I'll come back to this also and explain it to you how the payment works in the local payment system. For their
So we are on same page, I think. So here SBI is sending a RTGS to Axis Bank, right? So since Axis Bank has the SBI's account, no, in the name of SBI.
no, 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 they will not have an account at their bank. Sorry, I'll explain it to you since you have asked. So again, there is a concept actually available, which I'm going to explain it to you once we reach to that session. Since you have asked, I will just give you a high level idea like how things works. So all the local banks basically will be maintaining a settlement account at the central bank, right? Here they will be maintaining a sufficient fund available. They will ensure that a sufficient fund is available for their day-to-day payments. So for an example, CTS Bank uh, are taken the Axis Bank itself, okay? And the clearing and settlement mechanism is nothing but your RTGS system. RTGS system is combination of basically clearing and settlement RTGS system will be indeed connected to your central bank, Reserve Bank of India. And at the Reserve Bank of India, this Axis Bank and State Bank of India, whoever bank is there participating into this RTGS system, will be holding a settlement account, which we call it as a master account. Okay. So if CDS Bank is instructing to make a transfer of 20 million INR, their settlement account will be debited, and the Axis Bank, whoever the beneficiary banks is, they will get credited. So here the CDS Bank or SBL Bank or Axis Bank or State Bank of India Bank, they don't need to maintain account with each other. No need to do that. They need to maintain an account at the central system, that is Reserve Bank of India.
So can we call this Reserve Bank of India? I mean, is this working kind of payment switch here?
Payment trail is there. RTGS is one of the payment trail in India. That's correct. But as you were saying, like within the same country for transfer, you don't need to open an account with each other. You need to open an account at the central bank for the respective payment system. So imagine if I'm a new bank, XYZ bank, and I want to facilitate my customers with the RTGS payment system. Now, for that, my bank needs to get onboarded into the RTGS system. So there will be a series of checklists which will be the RTGS system will be providing. Once that is fulfilled, one of the criteria is to open an account at a central bank for using this particular RTGS system. So they would open their account at a central bank, and it is called as master account or the settlement account. If you have a fund available in that particular account, then your request will be processed. or else it will be parked into pending, or it might get rejected during the cutoff time as well. So plenty of things is available into RTGS side as well. So this is how this local payment system works. Many more about this, I'll discuss it to you, still to come over there. But again, nothing related to Nostro account here. Hope I answered your question. It was Chetan or Disor?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Chetan or Kishore. Go ahead.
Yeah, SBI, I just to confirm, SBI is maintaining account with Citibank. We call it as a Nostro account, right? And for Citibank, as an SBI is an foreign bank, so they call it as an Vostro account. But what if they are maintaining the account with SBI or in some other bank or with the central bank for their transaction? Because we are not the only player we are doing transactions into means other country. They are also supposed to do
True, true,
transactions.
true. Very good question, sir. Good
So,
observation as well. Yeah, I'll explain it to you. No problem.
so for them also it will be Nostro, right? As we are maintaining account into foreign banks, it is called Nostro account. If they are maintaining account with India, then the same
Yeah,
account
yeah.
will be called.
Yeah. So in our case, just give me some what happened. Just give me a second. So in our example, what we had taken is State Bank of India had opened an account in Citius Bank, and this particular account is called as a Nostro account, like the USD 1234556. So this is the Nostro account for State Bank of India. Now, Citius Bank is not mandatorily need to open an INR currency account in State Bank of India. They might open, they might not open. Why? Citius might have got better offer from better services from Axis Bank. So their Nostro account would have been available in Axis Bank. Okay. INR currency account of Sirius Bank. So it is not mandatory that if State Bank of India has opened an account in USD currency in their bank in USD, that Sirius Bank is also need to open an account in INR currency account in State Bank of India. It is not the case, right? It is altogether depending upon the bank relationship and the services which they are providing and the bilateral agreement and the existing historical relationship, all those things.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we earlier also discussed that point of transferring money from SBI account to City US. So they need to maintain a balance into USD, right? So here Axis will be the bank which will be supporting to maintain balance into INR, right?
Yes, yes. For CTS Bank, Axis Bank would be there. Yeah. It might be CTS Bank can choose any bank. It is up to them.
Kumar,
Got it, right?
I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
hi
Bank will be
Kumar.
different, but
Yeah, yeah.
for
For their INR currency transfer, if City US Bank wants to make a INR currency transfer, in that case, they have to route the payment via Axis. Yes.
yeah, but that will be a Nostro account for them.
Yeah, for them, it is a Nostro account. Correct. And for Axis Bank, it will be a Vostro account.
Yeah, yeah.
Correct. Good understand. Yeah. Correct.
Kumar, I just want to highlight here this Nostro and Vostro will only for cross-border payments, right? Within the
Yes.
country, this is not required.
Not required. This Nostro and Vostro
I think few
terminology.
of here are
Yeah.
getting confused. Key, they are correlating with the domestic products.
No, no, don't correlate. Thank you for highlighting that. Don't correlate. It is
Yeah,
only for a cross-border
cross-border
payment.
payments, and
Yes.
mainly it used for trade finance only, right?
Trade finance, you can use it and you can, yeah, and for your payments also you are using it, no? Yeah.
Correct.
Trade
Cross-border
finance is
payments.
nothing but
Yes,
it's
yes,
same only. You are correct only. Buying and selling currency. One
correct.
way you are buying and reselling the currency.
Yeah.
So as Rasikar, someone just highlighted, this Nostro and Vostro account terminologies come into picture when there is a cross-border payment happening, not in the local payment system like RTGS, NEFT, IMPS. You'll not hear this Nostro and Vostro concept or accounting entries, right? You'll be hearing about this, what do you call it, a settlement account, which is a bank's account held at a central bank. Yeah, Rajsekar, you have questions?
No, that's it. I just want to
Yeah.
understand.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Let me know if you have any questions related to a Nostro and Vostro concept.
So, I mean, just to summarize, I just understood Nostro is any account maintained by any bank in a foreign bank.
Exactly. That's correct.
And Vostro for that foreign bank, it is I mean, any kind of Indian bank. So this term will be used for both the banks, Indian bank also, foreign bank also. Correct? Am I correct? If
Yeah.
Citi is opening account in Axis, it is a Nostro for them and Vostro for us.
Exactly. Correct. You are catching it correctly. Yes.
Okay, got it.
All right. The objective of opening an account also you understood. Why is this particular account being opened, right? This is the account which is going to be used to debit the fund for their outward request, isn't it? So take an example of this one. Now here, Reliance is there. For our cross-border payment, let's say Reliance uses this net banking system and they want to transfer of 1 million USD. This is in dollar 1 million. They want to transfer to, let's say, one company called as Rolls-Royce. And this bank is, this company is holding an account in Sirius Bank. And Reliance is holding an account in State Bank of India. Now, State Bank of India, how can they ensure that the transfer happens to Rolls-Royce with $1 million? To ensure that, they need to maintain a Nostro account. So here their account, State Bank of India's account is there, right? Let's say this is their account number, and they have maintained USD 5 million by funding their Nostro account by their treasury team. They are already available with 5 million. Now, State Bank of India, when they received a request from its customer, the customer would have initiated a transaction from their net banking system or corporate banking system. And with this instruction, State Bank of India will do the necessary payment related validation, and post that they will release a communication message, a message. A message will be sent out here. And this is where this Swift is playing an important role to transport this message securely, reliably, and accurately, right? This message, we call it as MT103 in MT Vault and PAX 08 in ISO20022 Vault that we are going to discuss in our future session. This is the message communication which says like, hey, Sirius Bank, please help to make a transfer to Rolls-Royce whose account number is so and so. Every details of the payment data is available in this message. Sirius Bank, on receiving this message, then it will go and check. I can transfer the fund to Rolls-Royce, but for that I need to receive a fund. For that, I will just see whether State Bank of India has a sufficient fund available to it or not. So what Sirius Bank is going to do is they are going to debit this with $1 million and then credit $1 million to Rolls-Royce. Right? So for this, they are going to use this Nostro accounts for their fund transfers. Clear? This is one basic example I have taken, and going forward, you'll learn about serial payment, cover payment, all those things. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so in short, the State Bank of the Citibank is transferring the money to Rolls-Royce on behalf of SBI on the basis of request they received from the SBI India. Is it correct?
CTS is transferring the fund to Rolls-Royce basis on the message communication which they received from the State Bank of India. Correct.
Correct. Yes.
That's correct. Swift message they received basis an instruction. They have just credited Rolls-Royce. For this, CTS Bank received the fund. They have taken the fund from this one. And from their balance, they have deducted it and credited to Rolls-Royce. Correct, no? Okay. Any other questions? And if it was a local payment, just to elaborate, in your cross-border payment, there is no central bank coming into picture, meaning they will not hold a settlement account of State Bank of India and CTS Bank settlement account, right? There's no concept in this. So that's why banks in different countries. This is called as a bilateral clearing. A clearing where there is no clearing house involved into is called as a bilateral clearing. Okay. Guys, if you have even basic questions, simple questions, feel free to ask it. These are the initial days where I need to ensure your basics are made strong so that we can proceed forward towards learning the Swift related topics. Okay. If you have understood well, then let me explain you one more use case related to the Nostro account. Um, as per what you would have been knowing it, or many of you would be knowing it, that some of the corporate customers, we generally as a retail customer in India will get this INR currency account opening only, right? But you would be knowing about the fact that you can also open an account in different other currencies, especially the corporate customer like Reliance. They get an option to open an account while they are in India, having already a relationship with the State Bank of India in INR currency. They can open an account in a multi other currencies as well. So accounts of Reliance. One can be in INR, let's say. This is the account number. Another can be in USD. Let's say this is another account, GBP, Canadian dollar, 5 plus. Now the question is, why would they open an account in a different other currencies? The reason behind is Reliance is a MNC company and they are doing this import and export from multiple countries. And in order for them to make a fund transfer in the respective currency, they can make use of it, these currencies. As you know that there is a currency fluctuations happening for different currencies, they would like to maintain in the respective funds so that their forex deductions will be lesser, or there is no forex deductions. So for multiple reason, this big shot companies will open an account in a multiple currencies. So that provision is there. And if your NRI, you can also open an account in a multiple other currencies within the respective banks. You'll be offered to open an account in USD. You can open a fixed deposit in USD or Canadian dollar, multiple other, depending upon altogether your bank features. That is also available. Now, why I'm explaining you this one is, yeah, Kishore, you have question?
No, you completed. After that, I'll ask.
Yeah, sure, sure. Why I was explaining you that particular topic is, I'm going to explain you that the same Nostro account which State Bank of India opened at CTS Bank can be used for both outgoing and incoming transactions as well. Okay. First example we have already taken where Ram wanted to make a fund transfer of 1,000 US dollar to Sam who holds an account in CTS Bank in United States. Wherein with the message communication, CTS Bank will debit this $1,000 from their Nostro account and credit to the SAMS account, right? Another use case can be there, like CTS Bank would have bilaterally agreed with State Bank of India, saying that State Bank of India would have told to CTS Bank, saying that CTS Bank, if you want any USD currency transfer, okay, in India, or rather in State Bank of India, because we are also opening, having a USD currency accounts for our customer, then you can also credit to the Nostro account, credit to my Nostro account, meaning State Bank of India's Nostro account, you credit it, send an instruction, I'll ensure that the credit happens to the LTD corporate customer, the respective beneficiary customer within my bank. So that is also one of the uh, possibility.
But
So
that
in
will
this
be in
case,
INR, right?
no, USD only. I'll tell you how it works. So CTS Bank, let's say there is one company, PLC company is there. PLC company wants to make a fund transfer in USD currency to the LTD corporate customer. Okay. So CTS Bank will send an instruction with the message and they will internally credit to their Nostro account. Whose account? State Bank of India's Nostro account, which is already there in the CTS Bank. So they will credit 5,000 US dollar and send an instruction to make a credit to the LTD corporate customer. So LTD corporate customer's account, which is in USD currency account, will get credited with 5,000 US dollar. It will not be in INR. It will be in USD.
Means same SBI Nostro account will be treated as an Nostro account for City US, right? With the bilateral agreement also.
Yes. For CTS Bank, it is a Vostro account. That's correct only. Yeah. For State Bank of India, it is a Nostro account, and for CTS Bank, it is a Vostro account. Now, what my objective here to explain you is the same Nostro account USD can be used for the outgoing transactions as well as for the incoming transactions from State Bank of India point of view, given that the bilateral agreement between them is available. Got it, right? Any questions, guys?
Hi, Kumar. A general question, not related to this, as in domain, means basic just understanding. As
Go
an
ahead.
means business analyst works with particular domain, right? So he works into payment domain, the cars domain, insurance domain, LOS, LMS. So this Swift and Swift ISO the payment domain, this as an whole is an particular domain or what actually? Or this is one particular topic for the payment?
Swift is a big area itself altogether.
Okay,
There are
okay. No,
Swift
as
payment.
in relate to business analyst, just one.
Yeah, it itself is one kind of a, see, under the payments domain, it is a very it has various other payment schemes also. One of the payment scheme is what I am explaining it to you. That is Swift cross-border, which is universally used. Now, under the payments, it can be regional or local payments like RTGS, IMPS as well, right? So we are not covering entire payment rails under the payment domain. We are covering Swift cross-border payment under the payments domain. It is one of the payment trail or payment schemes under the payments domain. Get it? And it has a wider opportunities compared to that of any other payment rails because it is universal and not limited to a country specific. For example, if you have a sound understanding in RTGS payment system of India, then it's quite relevant that you can find opportunities, get jobs into the local banks in the India. If you have Swift cross-border payment understanding, and it's universal one. So opportunities into the market is anywhere around the globe, any of the banks around the world, because the use cases, it is a common use case here.
Yes, yes. Just to understand, means on a particular BA as a whole works on this particular payment trail only, Swift
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
as a
yeah,
whole.
that's correct.
Okay.
That is what I'm saying. Business analyst, plenty of business analysts would be working for the different parts into the Swift payment. It can be from the front end application. It can be from the middleware systems like payment engine, payment hub. Payment engine, payment hub is something where a BA will be majorly working into, wherein they will be receiving the different requirements from the different stakeholders, be it the internal stakeholder or from the Swift or from the regulatory or from the enterprise level as well, right? Wherein you need to work for your uh, respective projects basis on the changes which they have asked for. So there you need to uh, provide the solutions as a business analyst on what message, what changes needs to be done, what validations needs to be introduced, what are the solutions you need to introduce, what are different changes in the different systems you needs to be done. All those things as a business analyst, you'll be doing it.
Okay, as in Swift, it is in a big domain.
It is indeed a big
Precise,
domain.
to be precise, for a BA.
It is indeed a
Okay.
big,
Yeah.
there are plenty of
Sometimes,
teams would be working. Mhm, mhm.
yeah, sometimes
Go ahead.
we receive calls from the recruiters for cards and payment domain, right? They may require it is
Mhm,
cards and payments, somebody who has a knowledge of cards and payments. So cards is a different domain and payment is a different domain. And in a payment, if they required a Swift related payment, the knowledge, so that knowledge I
mhm.
may get from your sessions, right? But not for the cards and other payments, right? Apart from this Swift.
No, yeah. See, job vacancies comes for a different roles, and it totally depends upon what kind of job vacancies it is. Plenty of jobs are available into Swift and ISO 2022. Likewise, there can be a job vacancies into card payments, it can be into the trade finance, it can be into the SEPA payments, RTGS payment, and different various payment rails around the world as well. This particular training is dedicated and is only for the cross-border SWIFT payments, right? Which is in demand right now around the globe. Yeah. Card payments is altogether different thing, different areas. Within the payments, there are plenty of kind of a payments. That's what I'm trying to explain. You have a cross-border payment, SWIFT payments. You have local payment systems. You have regional payment systems, and many more. It's quite vast. The payment as a different, if you see, if you combine all together different rails, there are plenty of things which you have it. But the job vacancies will not come like this. Job vacancies will be related to your dedicated payment rails. It will ask you Swift, CPI plus, ISO 2022. These are the keywords which will be available, which you'll get to know that this is related to the cross-border payment. If it is a SEPA payment, it will be available like that. If it is, since it is a European payment system, so it will be like SEPA, like that. That's how you will be able to get to know. But one good thing about this particular training is, even if the job vacancy is related to SEPA or some Fedwire or some other payment system, ISO 2022 skill is common. Yeah. The second part of this particular training, ISO 2022, is universal messaging system, which is used in Fedwire, which is used in SEPA, and so on. So this is a common learning which you'll get it that will be used for different payment system. But as I said, this particular training is completely for the Swift ISO 2022. Card payments, if you want to inquire, there is there is almost around 20-25 hours of training for that also. That we have a separate trainer for that. You can always inquire about this as well. When you get an opportunity into this area, as a business analyst, you will not be working into cards also. You will not be working for you will not be working for card payments also. You will not be working for this retail cross-border payments or corporate cross-border payments. You will be given one dedicated area. You will not be asked to work for all the payment rails or payment types, card payments and the cross-border payment. There will be dedicated business analyst, dedicated product owner for the respective type of payments. Go ahead, Jivan.
Yeah, Kumar, could you please open that slide which I have opened for the example which I have given for this one. Just for knowledge, Kumar, I have one doubt here. So here, Ram will transfer the funds to like he is sending the funds to his friend account, right, to the Sam.
Yeah.
With in the other way. So that will call this Nostro account. My doubt here is, suppose in future purpose or like within few days, if Sam requires to transfer the money from same to his to his friend Ram account, so is that necessary to open a Vostro account with the SBI, or there will be a mutual agreement between they both, like they can send or they can receive money from India to USA or USA to India?
No. If Sam wants to make a fund transfer of, let's say, 1 lakh INR, then
Okay.
CTUS Bank needs to see who is my correspondent bank. Just with this USD currency account, they cannot transfer. It has to be INR currency account.
Okay.
So in our case, if CTUS Bank has a Nostro account at Axis Bank, then they need to route via Axis, then to State Bank of India, and then to RAM.
Okay.
To answer, if I have to explain you from the flow, these all things are going to be covered in the future sessions, but just because you asked, that's why I'm explaining to you. Serial payment, cover payment, direct payment, these all things, plenty of use cases will cover. Just because you asked, I'm just explaining. In your case, if Sam wants to make a payment to State Bank of India, even though they have their Nostro account, this State Bank of India has a Nostro account in USD. This is not going to work for their INR currency transfer. CTS Bank will be sending via SWIFT to their currency correspondent Nostro holding bank. In this case, let's say Axis Bank. So it is CTS Bank's INR account will be here. The payment will be settled like this. RTGS will come here or NEFT will come here and the payment will get settled. So CTS and State Bank of India has a relationship of a USD account, but they don't have an INR currency account, right? CTS has not maintained INR currency account in State Bank of India. Instead, INR currency account is maintained in Axis Bank. So this Sam wants to make a fund transfer of INR 1 million. So with this USD currency account, they cannot settle down the transaction. But CTS Bank has to create a SWIFT message and send it to their currency correspondent bank where they have their INR currency account, and Axis Bank will then settle down the fund to this beneficiary customer via State Bank of India. So Axis Bank in India and State Bank of India, they will settle down via RTGS payment system in this case.
Okay. Okay, sure, Kumar. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, thank you so
Don't
much.
get confused. Don't get confused. These scenarios we are going to cover plenty of it in our upcoming sessions. Just because you asked, that's why I explained it to you on the very first. But for a first day, this is a little bit too much for you to understand. So we'll cover it in later point in time.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Thank you.
All what I wanted to explain is the definitions alone in the initial days, and once we reach out to the SWIFT topics, direct payment, serial payment, cover payment, all these things will be clarified in much more in detail manner. Yeah, go ahead, Rasil.
Kumar, do you have access for AMH or GPA?
Sorry?
For seeing Swift
Alliance
AMH
Messaging Hub.
Or Swift GPA tracker, so that we will see at least one transaction flow something.
So see, actual application I cannot show it to you as well since it is in a secured working platform.
Correct.
But I have some of the screenshots when we reach out to ISO 2022. I'll show it to you Swift Alliance Access screenshot. I'll show it to you how does the messages seen in the Swift Alliance Access once it reaches, how the messages can be read, and all those things I'll show
Where
it to
we
you.
can see the charges and everything, right? There is a flow.
Charges related aspect is there covered in this particular training.
Okay.
In our upcoming sessions, we are going to cover BEN/SA hour in detail manner. So for that, we need to reach out to the Swift topic. Here in our Swift topic, we'll be covering your BEN/SA an hour.
Okay.
Plenty of things are there. It's little early to explain all those things for others.
No,
So
I
yeah.
just want to
Mm.
understand whether you are able to show us logging into Swift GPI or AMH, how real-time message flows.
Screenshots will be shown to you. Actual application, it's not possible to log in and show it to you.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. All right. Okay, guys. Let me know if you have any questions for the day. We're done for the day. In coming sessions, we are going to learn in detail about other basics into the payment side. That will be the key elements of payment and settlement system. There are some more accounting terminologies we need to cover. That is Lodo account, and then master account or the settlement account, nostrum mirror account, profit and loss account. These all accounting terminologies is required for us to understand, because when when a payment accounting entries is done at a bank side, what accounts gets debited, what accounts get credited. These are the terminologies which I'm going to use it. So definition and understanding. Next time we're going to discuss what are the key role of the messages clearing and the settlement into the payments, right? We initiate a payment, but behind the scene there are a lot of activities that happens. What are those activities that happens? How the messages are released? What kind of various messages we can see in the different payment rails, right? What is the job of the clearing into the payments, right? What is the clearing houses doing it? And in bilateral relationship or cross-border payment, why is this clearinghouse not involved? All those questions will be clarified in the upcoming sessions. And finally, the settlement, which includes your various kind of a settlement, net settlement, gross settlement. Those things also we'll discuss. We'll also show you the different messages used in the different payment systems as well. Some snippets of it. Yeah, plenty of things to cover in the next session and upcoming sessions. And we are yet to we are yet to start our Swift topics. We are just ensuring that you're learning some of the basic side itself. Let me know if you have questions for the day or for anything related to training questions. I'll answer it, or else we'll wind up the session for the day. And I guess a lot of you, some of you have joined it via the link directly, and you are not in group. Just ping in. I'll add you into the group just in case if you are not there. Is everyone there in the group? I guess everyone is there, right?
Yeah, yes.
Abhijit, you are there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
there
guess.
in group. Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Everyone is there. Fine. Everyone individually you would be reached out from the payment guru side, and the formalities and the other information would be shared. You would also need to share the email ID associated to your YouTube account so that we can grant you the access of the classes. Yeah.
So can you explain about the fee structure once, please?
The fee structure and all, everything will be explained to you over the WhatsApp or the call which you'll be getting it.
Sure. Fine.
All right. Okay, guys. Thank you, and I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So coming week,
Thank you.
Saturday you will be joining, right? Only for day today only you have joined Sunday. Coming week, every Saturday and Sunday you have to join. 2 hours, same time, 10 a.m. to 12. Thank you, guys. See you next
Thank you.
week.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.